All right, update 52.1 release notes. Here are the release notes for update 52.1, released Thursday, January 27th, 2022. That's tomorrow, but yet released is past tense. I guess we're going to go full Inception here. Of special note, the Snow Peaks Festival has arrived. The Snow Peaks Festival is back. The debut of our first Snow Peaks Festival was last year saw us unveil an easy and relaxing ice skating experience. This year, that same experience is back as an option, but we're debuting a new challenge aimed at putting your jumping skills to the test. While the Snow Peaks event is active, players will encounter special Scourge of Snow Peaks champions throughout the game, and defeating these champions can give you a chest that includes bronze, silver, or gold Snow Peaks coins. There's also a chance that the chest will contain a frozen key, which you can trade with Flurry in the Eberron Hall of Heroes to access Snow Peaks events. It is also possible to find frozen keys in any chest in the game, although very rarely. Snow Peaks Festival arrives with update 52.1 and runs through February 20th. Read our guide to the event on DDO.com. News and notes. Classes. Paladin auras have been reworked behind the scenes for game performance and to be quieter. Artificer and Druid pets will no longer go brain dead after climbing a ladder. Artificer pets will no longer go brain dead occasionally upon resurrection. Artificer and Druid pets are now better at dismounting from ladders. Enhancements. Half-Elven Greater Mark of the Storm's text description had its damage values corrected to reflect Call Lightning Storm's current power. Traditionalist Caster and Tiefling Scoundrel no longer resets your enhancement trees when you log in. Bombardier's caster level bonuses in its cores now stack more reliably. Fey Dark Illusionist's illusory augmentation is no longer lost on death. Swashbuckler's fast movement is no longer lost on death. Nature's Warriors Go for the Kill no longer costs double its spell point cost. Enduring Beast in Nature's Protector no longer has the wrong minimum level. Divine Intervention in War Priest and War Soul now works while moving. Epic Destinies, Divine Crusader, Blessed Blades no longer appears in the buff bar. Draconic Incarnation, Dragon Breath's Epic Strike now has a tooltip explaining its DC. Bring About Destruction now gives its proper spell power. Draconic Spell Focus Conjuration now properly applies its conjuration bonuses. Fate Singer ranged attacks will no longer hide your weapons as they fire. The Greater Shout SLA now displays its DC in its tooltip and correctly adds its evocation bonuses. Various effects will now use their correct names in the combat log. Majesty now applies restoration correctly and properly scales with spell power. Fury of the Wild. Primal Scream now scales correctly with spell power. Grandmaster of Flowers. Flow of Water no longer increases damage taken by 1500%. Primal Avatar. Primal Avatar SLAs are now considered druid spells for purposes of casting while raging, Beast Awakened, etc. The tooltip reference of a DC for Stormcatcher has been removed since Stormcatcher has no saving throw. Shard Storm now displays correctly on animal forms. Unyielding Sentinel. Divine Energy Resistance now uses the correct icon. The duration of Celestial Mandate is now 15 seconds, up from 10 seconds. Shadow Dancer. Impale now functions more reliably with repeating crossbows. Shirati Champion Watchful Eye now functions correctly. Feats. Watchful Eye's tooltip has been updated to make it clear that the ability needs Spot to function properly. Several category feats no longer display erroneous missing class levels as a prerequisite. Combat archery now properly provides +1 weapon damage. Fount of Life has a more accurate tooltip. Items. A variety of cookie tooltips have had their spell descriptions adjusted. Finesse effects on named and crafted loot now functions more reliably. Potions of greater heroism now apply their fear immunity correctly. Several effects meant to add more than one spell power now correctly apply their intended spell powers. Typos in certain enhancement bonuses have been corrected, so they now properly scale to +15. The Rune Arm from Sinister Secret Assault Marsh now has an epic and legendary version. Reaper bonuses now properly function on Rune Arms. Quest and adventure areas. Undead monsters will no longer heal from positive energy in a variety of content packs. The tents in Siegebreaker are now burnable again. Fixed an issue in Soul Survivor where the tile puzzle was not able to be properly interacted with. Players should no longer die again after releasing from a Reaper dungeon while dead. Crystal Cove. When this event next returns, map pieces are no longer required to open the door to the Kobold Mining Challenge. Challenge is now open for as long as the event is running. Wow, that's pretty cool. Treasure Compass is still required to enter. Map pieces no longer drop in game. Players who still have map pieces can turn them into the barter box for doubloons when the event returns. Nice change. The Shadowfell Conspiracy. The Shadowfell mechanic in Wayloon Prison Landscape has been adjusted to improve game performance. The random encounter quest, Rest for the Weary, in the Wayloon Prison Landscape now attempts to remove you from the Shadowfell earlier in its teleport sequence to help improve game performance. Vault of Night. Rashka Arena, Grogan the Promoter now drops his key again. The Plane of Night. Monsters in the raid will now update correctly in the monster manual. Clawvella and Ice Flenser. Hit points and stats have been adjusted downwards. The genie will not use their whirlwind form anymore. Reincarnation. Iconic Reincarnation now properly wipes your monster manual progress. Spells. Death Aura will no longer tick on the player if they are at full health. Celestial Bombardment is now less blinding. Storm of Vengeance now applies its lightning damage properly. Call Lightning Storm is now more consistent about picking useful targets and delivering damage at its intended rate. Call Lightning Storm no longer hits through walls and doors. Chaos Hammer now damages hard targets. Holy Smite no longer strikes targets through walls and doors. Turn to Frog and Banish/Dismiss spells no longer break some quests. Meteor Swarm now properly respects epic defensive fighting's ranged limitations. UI. The DICE UI is back to being more appropriately justified against the icon. Guild rewards beyond level 150 now mention the color change of your guild nameplate as part of their rewards. The tooltip on weapons now shows its correct proficiency penalty. The Details Plus tab now shows both blast and pack dice, and now correctly tracks your bonus hit point percentage. Quest entrance UI now has slightly more room for quest names. Void Truncation. And the question tooltip area near the dungeon completed section has been nudged to be a little more out of the way. Miscellaneous. Hirelings and Artificer Druid pets now benefit from epic summoning bonuses again. Some adjustments have been made to increase the bandwidth available to players to improve general game performance. Changes have been made to some background event processes to aid server performance. Directed service performance issue that could occur under some circumstances when depositing items in a bank. Combat log no longer mentions dodge when you cast a spell that has to bypass spell penetration. Shift females now display their bloody footprints. You may now hold your block key, default left shift, while falling with featherfall to drop as if you did not have featherfall. You may now dismount from your mount while in midair, default left shift. And there you have it, folks. Update 52.1 release notes. Thanks for watching.